What's up, everyone? Today we are going live and waiting for our friend from Denver, Colorado, Luca, to join us. In the meantime, while he is logging on, if you have any specific questions regarding our topic today, which is social media, then definitely put them in the comments. Once Luca joins us on Facebook, I will bring him in. Luca, if you're watching this, I did send you a link. All you have to do is click on the link and you will be able to join me on screen. So while we wait for him, for those of you that are on watching this, if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know, post a comment, and I will make sure that Luca can get on here in just a couple of seconds. I see that you're on the other screen, Luca, so make sure that I got Luca sending me a request on Instagram to go live, so maybe he didn't get the memo that we are going live on the Facebook page. Hey, Luca, I sent you a I sent you I sent you a message. Click the link so that way you can go live on the Facebook page in your email.
I'm gonna go there.
All right. Again, while we wait for Luca to pop on, if you guys have specific questions, make sure that you are posting them here in the comment section. I do have 12 questions in line for Luca already, but if you already have some more questions or anything specifically that you would like either myself or Luca to talk about regarding social media, then definitely make sure that you post them. Thanks, Tony, for popping on, Jordan for popping on, Carrie, Luca. Luca's having technical difficulties logging on. Luca, yes, I sent you an email. All you have to do is click on the link, and that link will allow you to pop up on the screen. Again, let's see who else was on. Carrie was there. Stevens, Gogo, I see you. I sent you an email. Look forward to bringing you on screen. Bashkar, see you. Michael, Felipe, John, everybody else that's popping on. We're trying to get Luca on the screen now, so bear with us just for a few moments here while we try and put him on. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. Excited to talk with you while we're on that, and we're waiting for Luca to pop on. Next week, we will be with Tracy Fisher from Seattle, and we will be discussing the topic of mindset. So if you are, if you've sent me quite a few questions regarding mindset, so I'm excited to bring Tracy on. Luca, yes, we did send you a link. All you have to do is click on the link and you will get brought on. I just sent you the link again, Luke, at both of your emails. So make sure that you just click the link. You should be able to pop on. And I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to start going over some of the questions. Hopefully we can get Luca on board here. Again, my name is Jonathan Hawkins. This is episode 2 of Real Advice Real Estate. Today we're talking about social media tips, tricks, hacks, hints, mistakes, and any and everything in between. One of the first questions that we had came from Brittany Atwood, and her question was, when it comes to personal versus business posts, what is the ratio as to, should you post anything personal on your business page? Should you post any business stuff on your personal page? Is there an exact link or whatnot? Here, Luca, I'm going to send you an actual message here with another link, so that way hopefully you can just click on this and you should be able to to pop on. So definitely just click that link. I just sent you a message on your Facebook Messenger, Luca. Click the link and you should go directly into the lobby and I should be able to bring you on. Going back to Brittany's questions, personal versus business posts, is there an exact ratio? No. Is there an exact science? I don't think so. If there is, correct me if I'm wrong. As far as Facebook is concerned, I do have a personal Facebook page and I do have a business Facebook page. The business Facebook page is the Facebook page that you are on currently. That is used not only for business in the real estate industry, but it's also used for things similar to what I'm doing now, which is going live, talking about real estate in general, talking about things, business wise. And I do, however, post some personal things on my business Facebook page. I do think that it is very key to let your clients, whether you're in real estate or any industry, know that you are a person. You do have families, you do have a life. It is okay for you to express and show some of that. So that way they know exactly the type of person that they're working with, as opposed to finding out, months down the line that you like to do, snowboarding, or you're a surfer, or you like a specific school and they hate that school, whatever it might be. They're going to find out one way or the other. So there's no reason to hide your personal life from them. Now, the caveat is if there's things that you definitely don't want them to see, that's probably twofold. One, whether or not you should be doing that, if you don't want other people to see it, is something you have to decide for yourself. But the second thing is, if it's something that you just, it's either too personal or it's just, something that you keep close to yourself, then definitely don't feel obligated to go ahead and post that. Luca, if you're still here, post the comments. I've sent you quite a few links via email, via Facebook. I'm not sure if you're getting those or what's going on. We're trying to bring you on the camera. So let me know if you are not able to pop on, and we will try and get you there. Again, for those of you that are here that are viewing live, if you have specific questions regarding social media, this show is for you, for us to give you our advice, for us to tell you what's worked for us, what hasn't worked for us. The show only works if we get comments. I can sit here all day and just talk, but if it's something that you either don't want to hear or don't need to hear, or it's not answering specific questions that you have in your head, then it's probably not going to be in your best interest to sit here every week. So if you have specific comments, questions, hints, ideas, maybe things that you want to share on things that are working for you, not working for you, maybe there's something that you did that it is super awesome that you want to share with the group, definitely post it in the comments, and we can make sure that we are letting everybody know. For the people that are to my left on Instagram, again, we are going live every week on Tuesdays, 9 a.m. via Facebook. So make sure that you are popping up on our Facebook page. I am not sure what is happening with our guest, Luca. I will try and get him to pop on by giving him a call. Luca, if you're watching this, you gotta speak up here soon. I don't know if you're watching. You were one of the viewers that were on. I sent you a couple of links, so definitely make sure that you are clicking on those. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties for those that are watching. We will try Luca another week if he can't log on. I'm gonna just go ahead and go down the questions for him, and if it's something that he can figure out, we'll bring him in. So as far as the questions regarding social media, and we're going back to the business and personal things of social media, Brittany asked, whether or not there was an exact science or quote. As far as the Facebook business page, I've kind of given you my thoughts. As far as Instagram is concerned, I don't have per se a business and a personal Instagram. I try to mix it up. I try to put about 60% or every 2 posts is, something a little bit more personalized as opposed to, just business related posts. What I will say as far as a piece of advice when it comes to the business posts is make sure that you're using your own voice. If you have to Google, specific questions to ask, or you have to, try and hunt down other people's posts to see exactly what they're talking about when it comes to their business, it's probably not going to sound like you. And the problem with that is the moment that you get in front of a client and you start talking the way that you talk, it's going to come across a lot differently. So definitely make sure that it is your voice that is being heard in your Instagram posts, in your Facebook posts, just in anything that you do. We don't do any drip emails here. The first person to send a drip email is aced. And the reason that we don't send the drip emails is just because the drip emails don't have the personal aspect to it. And first off, clients are going to instantly see that. They're not going to engage with your specific post. They're not going to talk. They're not going to like it. They're going to know, if you're just continuing to put, whether or not you want to sell your house, 24/7 on every single post, it's probably not going to do well for you. So just use your voice. When it comes to a specific listing that you want to talk about, actually talk about the listing, talk about the experience, talk about things that are actually going on. I think we have Luca popping up now, so we are trying to put him in. And I've got Luca.
Sorry about that. It's been hell. Our internet went down, so I'm just working on my phone, so I wasn't able to log in there.
No worries. We're glad that you're here. We're a little behind, so we're gonna jump right into it. If you can just. Oh, now we got music going on, man. This is a great show. Can you just tell us briefly about yourself and your market, where you're at?
Of course. So my name is Luca Baud, here with Madison and Company Properties in Denver, Colorado. Been an agent there for about 8 years now, and I pretty much service all the way from Fort Collins all the way down to Castle Pines. So living it up here in colorful Colorado.
Sweet. And as far as your production is concerned, can you just give us a little bit of insight of, maybe the units that you've done this year, or what your goals are, what you've already hit this year as opposed to last year?
Sure. Since our internet's down as well, so I'll give you a ballpark figure. We're about almost $30 million in production right now with my business partner, Lena Kraloff, and I. And, of course, our goal is, to go over that $50 million. Next year, we have even bigger goals. But right now, we're a team of 2, and we were the top producing partnership last year. And our intention and goal is to be the same this year as well.
Great. And so we're talking about social media today.
Right.
How would you say social media has helped your business out? And when I say social media, I'm referring to multiple platforms. So if you're doing something different on one platform via the other, kind of distinguish exactly the platform you're talking about.
Sure. So we're currently being in our 30s or whatnot. I strongly believe we live in an instant demand economy. And so by using social media, such as Instagram is very big for me, and Facebook, it allows, for me to provide and give content to our followers as well as the general consumers as well. So, Instagram, Facebook is a huge part of my business and getting that message out to the general public. So,
and as far as Instagram, is there anything that you're doing differently, or maybe is there something that you did in the very beginning and now you're not doing that? something that you've changed
I
while
did.
utilizing?
Yep. So, again, a lot of people, everybody thinks about video, video, video. So I feel, I've kind of scaled back a little bit and really tried to provide value and content that's engaging when I'm posting. I feel a lot of people sometimes might feel, okay, everything's video, let's just post all this stuff, but it's not really engaging. So I really kind of scaled back a little bit on what I was posting to really provide that value and also engage the local followers as well, because we have stories is a huge aspect of my business as well, where you can kind of post your daily activities, document your stories, and that's a great avenue. But when it comes to the normal, the page on Instagram, I really want to provide value when I'm posting something that's really educational as well, not just to post stuff, if that makes sense.
Definitely makes sense. So if you can kind of give us your strategy when it comes to posting, is there a specific sequence that you're going through? Is there something that you're, methodically planning as far as, hey, this is the, type of post that I see, or this is the content that we want to put out there? So, are you planning that? Do you have a social calendar? That would be your first question.
So number one, no, I have to be better with that.
Okay.
But I usually get up really early in the morning, around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So, I really strategize of what I'm going to post that day. It's not always real estate. It's a lot about, Denver, different landmarks in Denver. Incorporate the 80-20 rule, so I post a lot of personal pictures, content throughout Denver, but then 20% business. To kind of backtrack on that, when it comes to stories, I utilize the stories more for my, marketing businesses, home swipe up, because then you can channel it over to YouTube and different other platforms as well. So to be honest with you, at the end of the day, don't have a calendar. Yes, I need one for 2019.
Okay.
But I've noticed usually the mornings are the best time to post before people get distracted when they go to the office, and you get the most engagement.
Got it. So when you kind of talked about a couple of things. First off, the swipe up feature is something for people with over 10,000 followers. So if you don't know much about the swipe up feature and some of the actual tricks and whatnot behind Instagram stories, we could definitely cover that later. But when it comes to actual posting, you said that you're always hearing video, 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 video. So you definitely want to produce, quality video. However, you don't want to just throw videos out there if they're not engaging, or, if they're not really, something that your audience wants to see. So I know you said that you don't have a social calendar, but as far as the actual videos that you're planning or maybe thinking of doing in the future, once you have those videos produced, what exactly would you say your steps are to post it? Are you using are you just going in the app and posting it? Are you using some type of third-party software? The hashtags going behind it. Like, what is your actual method of posting to make sure that it is engaging?
Right. So I'm a strong believer. I have no affiliation with this company, but a video app is Majesto. It's a great video editing app, and Shark as well. So when
How do you spell that? The first one?
Majesto.
How do you spell that?
Magesto. And I'll put all this information after at the bottom because I can't see the comments since I'm on this third-party app.
No worries.
Also Shark as well. So when let's say I take a listing, or I'm doing a video neighborhood, I will edit it where I'll do a little segment or snips 15 seconds, because then I'll use the 15-second snippet to post in the stories, where it can capture the audience as an enticement for them to swipe up. And then you'll have the longer 1 minute to 2 minute video under YouTube. So I'll use that software, which takes 2 minutes, video Majesto app to use. And then I'll use those for the stories. And then I'll post the minute-long one in the body of my Instagram content with, hashtags. Hashtags are very, very important when it comes to marketing your, what you want to share with the consumers.
So some people might watch this and instantly go, Instagram or Facebook or just social media in general don't have the time, don't have the money, don't have the resources. It seems like for the most part, correct me if I'm wrong, but for the most part, you're doing it on your own.
Yeah.
What would you say your monthly investment is, when it comes to social media, as far as your time, different resources, financial wise? What exactly are you putting back into social?
So I'm spending about anywhere from $20 to $30 a day on social media. So because there's a lot to it. So not only do you do Instagram, but then also as we live in that instant demand economy, I do run some ads on Facebook as well. And we can go into depth on that with geo farming if people want to hear about that. But I'm about $20 to $30 a day. And then I'll probably spend, about 30 minutes in the morning. And then throughout the day, I'll check in. And I've got into a rhythm where I can do it pretty quickly. Because I have everything saved on my phone and so forth, on hashtags, the videos, how to edit it. Because I do a lot of the editing, believe it or not, on my phone with the videos and so forth that I have out there.
Got it. So that kind of goes back into the last question, which was, describing your strategy, the way that you've been able to, get to where you're at now is, you said that you have some things that are saved. And you have some specific hashtags that are saved or whatnot. Are you just saving those in like your notes app, or is there something crazy that you're doing?
Yeah, so I put all my hashtags under notes. And if let's say you live in Arkansas, I know nothing about Arkansas.
Yeah.
You can go to this website. It's called, what's the website called? Where you can pay somebody $5. I'm trying to think of the website right now. And they will give you the top hashtags for your marketplace and things where people.
You're kind of breaking up on us. Just
your content. God, I can't.
Luca's kind of breaking up on us, so I'm going to allow his camera to refresh for a second before we bring him back. So we've been talking about specific strategies regarding how he's posting, regarding some of the things that he's doing. For the most part, what I really want you to get out of this episode is that you don't need all these crazy different things. You don't need to spend hours and hours and hours and hours a day to make sure that you can do a few easy tasks. But like Luca said, it doesn't have to be something that you're doing every day, and it doesn't have to be something that's necessarily forced. So what his advice was, when he started producing a lot of video content, his advice was, he'd rather put something out there that's engaging. He'd rather put something out there, that's a little bit polished as far as an actual post is concerned. But for everything that's, not necessarily that isn't, professional standards or whatever it is that, he goes by, that's something that he's doing in his stories. And so we're going to bring him back on, and hopefully his camera is good to go. Can you hear me, Luca? Can you hear me? Sweet. Yeah. Kind of broke up there for a second.
I can hear you.
So we talked about some of the strategies. We talked about some of the time, or not necessarily too much time that's invested in it, which is a good thing. What would you say some of the challenges are, or what were some of the mistakes that you've made that you've identified?
The mistakes is, you have to learn, readjust the way you market, since I don't have a marketing person that I work with right now. It's kind of the pain, the growth of social media. So that was growing, learning what works, what doesn't, when it comes to social media.
Okay, got it. And as far as, if someone's just starting out, let's just call it on either Facebook or Instagram. If somebody says, I don't even have a Facebook or Instagram page, which we definitely know that they should, but let's say that they don't, or they're revamping their page, or, they really want to focus some time on it. Where would you say that somebody should start, to start building a following base, to start getting engagement on their posts? Where should somebody start?
Don't compete, dominate within your marketplace, and create value content. First of all, and I hate to be negative, but if you don't have a social presence or Instagram, nope. Can you hear me?
We can barely hear you. You sound like something out of a Star Wars movie or something here. We're gonna have to recommend some better internet quality on your side. We can barely hear you there. So you wanna try that again? Maybe not.
But hopefully this is better. Sorry for not having the internet at the office today. So for somebody to start out in this business, and not to be negative, but you need a social presence, you need Facebook, you need Instagram. And the whole thing is, you don't want to compete, you want to dominate and provide value. So, an important aspect is, if you don't have Facebook or you don't have Instagram, then create a YouTube channel. Become the digital social mayor of your town. Use those apps like Majesto, Shark that I kind of mentioned. Interview local entrepreneurs, restaurant owners, things like that, because you want to be top of mind within your marketplace. So, that's so crucial moving forward within our marketplace and as realtors as well.
For somebody that either just popped on, or maybe there was just bad internet connection or whatever, right, and they're not hearing the first part of this entire thing. Just wrapping up here, what would you say, just regarding social media as a whole, what would you say would be one piece of advice that you can give to somebody that's just looking to up their game, or maybe do something just a little bit differently than they're doing, not necessarily changing everything and doing all these crazy different things and downloading these apps that you're talking
right
about, or some of these other things? Just what's one piece of advice that they can do to up their game when it comes to social media?
Create value and content that's engaging. And like I said, just real quick, become that digital mayor of your town and provide that content, because you don't always want to put real estate. You want to be expert. So you want to know the restaurant owners. You want to know the janitors. You want to know everybody, interview them, create that content, and then share that on your social platform, because that will distinguish yourself from everybody else that's constantly pushing real estate. You're actually engaging your community and you're providing value as that market expert, is my words of advice. So
sweet. Engagement. So a lot of people are out there that are pushing video or post,
right,
but you don't really see too many people saying, hey, make sure that you're engaging with these people, make sure that you're actually asking questions, make sure that you're talking, make sure that you're having a conversation. And something that you said that I liked is, it doesn't have to necessarily be a buyer or a seller. It can be a janitor. It can be the person that's mowing the grass. It can be just somebody that's out there that you can engage with, and you can start having a dialogue. And if it should lead to something business wise, phenomenal. But if not, you just have to realize that everybody out there on social media is probably not buying or selling a house in the next 24 hours. And you just really want to be that person that can provide value to them no matter what. Is there any
any
last
example,
thoughts?
Last thought is, okay, so we're coming into the fall season. I see a lot of posts, spring forward or holiday, pumpkin patch posts, where to get your pumpkins. Why don't you go out to a pumpkin patch, interview the farmer, interview maybe a restaurant that's doing apple cider. I mean, if you create that content that's more engaging than just post, here are the farms where the best pumpkin patches, you get more engagement. Go to the pumpkin patch, interview, be that market neighborhood expert, is all I got to say. So
sweet. Yeah. Thank you so much for dealing with some of the
difficulties.
Yeah, thank you for bearing through the difficulties. We appreciate you. If you can post in the comments the two apps that you were mentioning, that'd be awesome. As far as contact information or, you know, social media profiles, also, that'd be awesome if you could post those in the comments. For those that are just tuning on or those that are watching this later on down the road, Luca, you know, talked about some of the social media tips, tricks, and mistakes that he's been making, and he was able to correct. But the one piece of advice that he is giving to you is to make sure that you're not only posting, but you're posting things that are engaging. Forget all of the things that you're hearing about. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. There are people that are on your page that are already liking your page. There are people that are already commenting on your post. Start talking to those people, start engaging with those people, and you'll see that the more and more that they start engaging with your posts, the more and more better that your social media is going to do. So thank you again, Luca, for joining us today. Again, Luca is in Denver, Colorado. For those of you that have business that is going to Denver, Colorado, make sure that you reach out to Luca. He is going to post his information in the comments below. Thank you again. Thank you again, Luca. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks.
All right. Thanks.